The Newfoundland and Labrador Medical Scholarship Foundation has awarded 10 students a 2011 Newfoundland and Labrador Medical Association bursary. These bursaries are valued at $2,060 each for 2010. The Foundation awards bursaries annually to medical students in Newfoundland and Labrador funded seats at Memorial University's Faculty of Medicine. Bursaries are sponsored by the Canadian Medical Foundation through donations from MD Physician Services, and we heard about that this afternoon. Also through TD Insurance, Meloche Monarchs, NLMA member donations, and through the NLMA donations in memory of passing members. And we don't have those names, but congratulations to them too. Next is the Gerry Lynch Memorial Scholarship, and we do have the student here for that one. The 2011 Gerry Lynch Memorial Scholarship has been awarded to Zachary Warren. The scholarship is valued at $3,000. The Gerry Lynch Memorial Scholarship is awarded annually to a medical student at Memorial University for the completion of a research paper on a medical or political topic. This year's topic was the key challenges facing medicine in the coming decade and how do we respond. And Zachary's winning submission was entitled Wait Times in Newfoundland and Labrador's Emergency Rooms, Sensible Solutions. His essay is available for anyone to read on our NLMA website. Gerry Lynch served as Executive Director of the NLMA for 27 years. The scholarship focus reflects the contribution Mr. Lynch made to healthcare policy, both provincially and nationally. The scholarship is provided by the Canadian Medical Foundation, a charitable organisation dedicated to achieving excellence in healthcare through medical philanthropy. I would invite Zachary to come forward to accept this award. And I think this is being given being given by the CMA and will be presented by Dr. John Haggie. Would you both stay? Because we want to take some pictures. Is someone taking pictures? Or? Oh, at the end. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. I will now call on the Honorary Treasurer, Dr. Sean Tiller, to present the NLMA Honorary Life Membership and to read brief biographies for this year's recipients.
Thank you, Lydia. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's recipients of the 2011 NLMA Honorary Life Membership Award. This award is presented each year to a physician who has distinguished themselves by their achievements in medicine and in service to the association. Tonight we are honoring Drs. Albert Davis, Kim Edward Mong Hong, and Georgina Chalker for their outstanding accomplishments and service to the medical profession in Newfoundland and Labrador. You said brief biographies, but first we're going to speak of Dr. Albert Davis. It's not a brief list of his accomplishments by any stretch of the imagination. Dr. Albert Davis has had an extraordinary career that spanned more than 40 years. He is a renowned physician leader and medical pioneer who has made significant improvements in pediatric care and important contributions to medical education and physician evaluation in Newfoundland and Labrador. Born in Heart's Content, Dr. Davis pursued his medical degree at Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia. After receiving his MD in 1955, he established a general medical practice in Port-au-Port. In 1958, he moved to Toronto to continue his pediatrics training at the Hospital for Sick Children, followed by a one-year specialized training at the Children's Hospital in Buffalo. He later completed additional internal medicine training and fellowships in pediatrics and endocrinology. In 1962, he brought his skills back to Newfoundland and served as the consultant pediatrician at the Western Memorial Hospital in Corner Brook. Then in 1969, he was asked by Dr. Ian Rusted to join the new medical school as one of 3 full-time pediatric faculty members. He relocated to St. John's and took up the position of consultant pediatrician at the Janeway, which at the time was located at the Pepperell Hospital in Pleasantville. Over the next 26 years, he rose through the ranks of the Faculty of Medicine, taking on such roles as assistant professor, associate professor, acting chairman in pediatrics, professor, chairman of pediatrics, and acting vice dean for the Faculty of Medicine. During Dr. Davis's term as residency director, the university's residency program received full accreditation. He also served as the chief examiner in pediatrics for the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Canada from 1976 to 1982. His medical political involvement with the Canadian Medical Association includes such roles as chairman of the Committee on Accreditation of Pre-Registration Physician Training Programs, chairman of the Council on Medical Education, and member of the Committee on Accreditation for Canadian Medical Schools. He is also a past board and executive committee member for the Canadian Pediatric Society. During his career, he's held such positions as Chief of Pediatrics at 2 hospitals and Clinical Chief of the Child Health Program for the Healthcare Corporation of St. John's. He also served as President of the Medical Staff and Chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee, the Internal Advisory Committee, and the Intern Resident Program. Dr. Davis was a pioneer in developing many new services for Newfoundland and Labrador. He was instrumental in establishing training sessions for parents and children with asthma through the auspices of the Newfoundland Tuberculosis and Respiratory Disease Association, and he also established and directed the first diabetic clinic for children at the Janeway from 1972 to 1987. He went on to establish and direct the province's neonatal inheritance metabolic disease program, as well as the neonatal transport service. Feeling that the Janeway was lacking proper gastroenterology and nutrition services, Dr. Davis returned to the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto in 1978 to complete a fellowship in gastroenterology. Recognizing the need for pediatrics to develop into subspecialties, he continued to lobby for the recruitment of pediatric subspecialties to the Janeway. He was also a strong advocate for the Janeway's move to the Health Sciences Centre in 2001, which brought obstetrics and children's hospital together. During his career, Dr. Davis had extensive involvement in medical research, including participation in multiple clinical investigative drug trials and numerous articles published in peer-reviewed journals. He has also written extensively on medical education and pediatrics education. He was chief author of the CMA position papers on mandatory continuing medical education, education and licensing requirements for graduates of foreign medical schools in Canada, and the NLMA's submission to the Royal Commission on Nursing Education in the province. In 2003, he was awarded the Canadian Medical Association Honorary Life Membership Award, and 4 years later, in 2007, he received the Canadian Pediatric Society's Certificate of Merit for the Atlantic region. He was also the recipient of the Hero of PKU Award, presented by the National PKU Alliance for his many years of service in treating PKU and related disorders. Dr. Davis is also a gifted musician, and he has taken part in many musical shows, both solo and chorus, at St. John's Arts and Culture Centre. He was also a member of the Barbershop Chorus for many years. He currently resides in St. John's with his wife, Heidi. He is the proud father of 4 children, 3 stepchildren, and the proud grandfather to 6 grandchildren, 6 step-grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Albert Davis.
Well, thank you very much indeed for that wonderful resume. It makes me wonder what I've been doing so many years. But obviously, I've had to take a stand on many things, but more important is the direction I've taken in trying to achieve some of these things I've taken a stand on. And one doesn't achieve that goal without the help of an awful lot of people. Some of whom are in this room right now, but many of whom through the years, of course, have been not only physicians, but many people, for instance, such as those in the NLMA and other organizations. One could never achieve the things I have on my own unless you had a lot of help from others. Thank you very much.